Hey you guys. Alright, so as promised, I'm going to do one more video for tonight because I won't see you guys again until like Friday. I wanted to talk about, well, here's the infamous question. Does the narcissist receive their karma? Alright, let's get into it. So the answer is yeah, of course they do. They receive it all the time. Again, like normal, I can only give you like my stories, but everybody's stories will vary. So when the narc left us on Christmas, right, as you guys that follow the videos like know by now, he immediately moved in with another supply. It was an older woman that had a younger child than my son, right? And he apparently began verbally abusing her little daughter. I have a son, but she had a little daughter, and he was verbally abusing her daughter. And what happened was, I mean, literally, he moved in there on Christmas, and within less than a month, he had to leave because she hit him. Apparently, she hit him in the back of the head with a hammer, like a nail it into the wall hammer, and that's that. So that's around like the end of January, beginning of February. Now February, his birthday's in February, right? What happened to him in February? Let's try to go through these lemony snickets as series of unfortunate events, right? So in February, around his birthday, he's kicking it with a prostitute, remember? That he's apparently was engaged to. And she intentionally gave him a mean-ass case of herpes. Okay, so now you got herpes for your birthday with a nice size hammer mark on the back of your head. Okay, karma? I would say so. And so after that, he then goes to another supply. This is the supply that turned out to be 17 years old, grocery store clerk who he moved in with. This is the bold ass dumb bitch that actually called me on the phone and was like, I'm having sex with your husband and I just want to know where he's at because he's kind of ghosting me right now. That dumb bitch, right? So then he gives her herpes. Okay? This is okay, so we went through December, then January, February, March, okay? So by April, he was in jail for the entirety of April. Because he gave this 17-year-old herpes, she then beats his ass. He then beats the shit out of her ass back, and he ends up in jail for the entire month of April. There you go. Let's continue on. So then in May, I believe what I found to be his best friend that turned out to be his gay lover on the DL, introduces him to a drug addict, obese, purple-haired woman who is 60 years old and has like her top teeth like coated in fake ass gold. You can look at that when you look at some other videos of mine. So anyway, she's basically a fucking meth head type bitch, right? That's 60 with like purple hair and like obese and a hoarder. But his gay lover slash it just gets worse and worse, right? Gay lover slash best friend introduced him to this lady and goes, hey, if you fuck this lady, you can kind of kick it there sometimes so that you're not at a homeless shelter, which he did actually go to a homeless shelter for a couple nights, couldn't hack it, and ended up having to be a slave, which he still is, by the way, to this purple-haired pee-porn lady that's on Pornhub that's 60 years old. So he's fucking a purple-haired pee-porn grandma from Pornhub in exchange for somewhere to lay his head down. Okay? That's happening. Then, in the midst of him living with this purple-haired pea-porn grandma after all the events I just listed, he rides a moped, right? I remember before I disconnected from him and went no contact, I was like, you know, you're going to get yours one day, dude. You're going to get karma. And he was like, I already am. I crashed my bike. And I'm like, wow. So he crashed his bike, but he didn't just crash his moped, which isn't really a fucking bike. It's a goddamn moped. Anyway. And he runs into a car, like clips him on this moped. He then flips over, like full body, flies over this car, hits the street with his whole body. His body's tore all the way up, and his moped is mad smashed, which means you gotta find some dumb bitch to buy you another one because you're broke. Fuck. Whatever. So that happened, okay? So now, word around word around the campfire is he now has monkeypox, which, like, I'm sorry if any of you out there like got that, because that really fucking sucks. But in his case, like, giving the events I just listed, now you have fucking monkeypox. Okay, so the answer is yes, they do get their karma. I would consider that some pretty shitty karma, dude. Really, though. You know what I'm saying? But here's the trigger warning. Trigger warning. So if you think you can't handle a trigger warning, click off now, because I don't want to trigger you. But I'm going to say what I need to say. Now, though, the thing is, when we want them to get their karma, we hope that they would think at some point that it is because they did us dirty or something, and it's because they're being a bad person. But that's not what they think about it. That's just not the way they think about it. What they think is, man, all this shitty stuff is happening to me. I don't know why. I'm so the fuck awesome. You know what? I bet if that dumb bitch never stopped talking to me, or never threw me out, or I didn't leave that stupid bitch, I wouldn't have to be in these scenarios that are making me unhappy, that are unsatisfactory. So they'll blame you anyway. Somehow, no matter how long you've been no contact, they're still going to find a way to connect some dots that don't exist and make it your fault. Had you just accepted the abuse like a good little puppet, then, I mean, they wouldn't have to be going through all this dumb shit. Right? That's how they feel about it. They never put two and two together openly and responsibly and go, hey, I did these things, which then cause a series of lemony snicket's ass unfortunate events. So therefore, this is my fault. Right? They blame you. They do get their karma. And what's sad is they continue to get it because they continue to refuse to take accountability. And it's just going to keep happening, more than likely, until they fucking die. I mean, it just is. If you want to know, does the narc get better with age and time? No, they get older and angrier and more unattractive, which pisses them off because they use their face and their ass or their tits or their dick or whatever it is to get more supply. And as those body parts age, they can't hack it because it's like, well, don't nobody want no old ass meat as a young motherfucker unless you got some money, and they don't normally have jobs, so you don't have any money. And then your face, your little money maker, is going down in flames, especially because they're usually drug addicts and sex addicts and just sucking the devil's dick so hard that their face just implodes and shit. It's like, yeah, I mean, they just don't make it like a normal person. I hate saying normal. We'll just say like a non-abusive person makes it. Usually, you know, somebody might even fuck them up or kill them for real. If they're spreading STDs, which they usually are, and they're cheating on people profusely, which they usually are, I can guarantee you they are, and they're ducking and dodging people, one day they're going to duck and dodge the wrong one and shit's just going to go down. So all I'm saying is, yes, they do get their karma. They do. They just don't have accountability to the point where they associate that karma that they're receiving with their bad deeds. That's unfortunate, but I mean, at least they're getting it. So that's about all I can say about that, like Forrest Gump, right? I would say at best, what I'm trying to do right now is release the want to see them completely go down in flames. Do they deserve it? Hell yeah. But trying to release the want for that is one of the hardest things ever, because you may not get that apology. You may not see it. You may not hear about it. But I've learned so far, what's been happening for me is the more that I release the want to know about the karma, the more information just falls in my lap. Anyway, so I love you guys. I'm going to go celebrate my son's birthday in a couple of days. And I hope that helped in some way. But yes, they do get karma. Just because they're not telling you, or maybe nobody else is telling you. Or maybe they're flitting around town looking like they're okay. Don't believe your lying eyes. Because they're not okay. They're not okay because they can't love, nor can they properly receive love. And that alone is torment. Love you. Bye.